So, what do you guys think? Ancient Mayan temple off the beaten path?
I want to go.
I'm in.
1,000 years ago.
This feels weird, Jeff.
Why won't they come near us?
This was a place of sacrifice.
Wow.
It's beautiful.
It still is.
Did you see that?
Something's on me.
They won't let us leave.
Why are they doing this?
It has something to do with the ruins.
Based on the terrifying bestseller.
Get off me! It's inside me. I want to cut it.
The Ruins.
I'm not okay. You keep saying I'm okay. I'm not okay. Why won't you look at me?
Right, today I'm going to be talking about the 2008 film, The Ruins, if you didn't get that from the trailer that you just watched. It's directed by Carter Smith, who I don't think is related to the author of the original story, Scott B. Smith, who wrote the book and then adapted the same thing for the film. He also wrote the screenplay. Now, I've read the book and I've seen the film, and not in that order. I actually saw the film first, quite a few years ago, I think probably 2009, 2010. I only read the book just the other day. Now, I've noticed some differences between the two, the book and the film. But since Smith did the adaptation himself, it doesn't really matter because he managed to include all the things that were important in the story. The film has got a young and very talented cast. It's got Jerome Tucker, Jenna Malone, Laura Ramsey, Shawn Ashmore, and Joe Anderson. Joe Anderson does quite a lot of things in the horror genre. I think, if I remember correctly, he was also in The Crazies, and I think he just finished doing The Grey with Liam Neeson. Now, the story of The Ruins is about these 4 young people, presumably all students, who have linked up with this German chap named Matthias. His brother, Heinrich, has gone off chasing some archaeological student, female type, who's working on a dig out in the middle of the jungle. He's actually overdue. He's supposed to have been back by now, and Matthias wants to go out and find him. The 4 friends, American friends, decide to help him, even though it's their last day in the country. Obviously, they think this is going to be a real run out, grab, and run back. It doesn't turn out that way. They're also joined by one of 3 Greeks who get a bit more attention paid to them in the actual book. In the film, you just see them really briefly a couple of times, and each time they're drunk, which pretty much sums up their character both in the book and in the film. They're joined by one of them, who again doesn't speak any English or German or anything else. They can't really communicate, but he decides to go along for the ride. Now, in the book, the 3 Greek guys were referred to as Pablo, Juan, and Don Quixote because nobody knew their names. In the movie, he's actually referred to as Dimitri. But it doesn't really matter one way or the other because literally seconds after they get to the ruins in the middle of the jungle, Dimitri buys the big one. It's one of the few things that doesn't change from the book to the film. In both instances, Pablo, or Dimitri as he's called in the film, buys the big one. It's just kind of changed around a little bit, like some of the characters have been changed around. But it makes sense, the changes that were made. It works well for the film and it flows well. To be really honest, if they had tried to make the entire film rigidly after the book, the film would have been about 5 hours long and not nearly so enjoyable. All the actors do a brilliant job selling their characters. The cinematography is fantastic. It's clear, it's crisp, and so wonderfully done that you literally feel the heat from the jungle seeping through the TV screen while you're watching it, or at least I did. It's well worth a look. If you missed the film when it first came out and you've never seen it before, it's worth looking it up. Either going down and renting it, seeing if it's on Netflix or some other streaming avenue to watch, because it is great, gory, gruesome fun, and damn scary in parts. He came up with a big bad that was fascinating and different, and certainly one I've never seen before. It is worthy of a look, and it's worth reading the book if you get a chance, because the book is fantastic as well. I'd never heard of Scott Smith before until I'd seen him get recommended on a blurb on the back of another book. So he's worth checking out because this is a new, bright talent, and I think he's going to do extremely well. So check out the movie. It is good. You won't regret it, and you'll never look at a mobile phone or a cell phone the same way again. So that's me done for this week, and as I always say, until next time, keep watching the movies and have fun.